And now in this lecture I will talk about the story and the title of the great poem, The Knight in the Panther's Skin. So we start with the story. The story of the great poem, The Knight in the Panther's Skin. In a nutshell, it is about the adventures of two knights, Tariel and Abdandil. Tariel is the protagonist of the poem. He is the man that wears the tiger skin, and Panther'S is the chief of staff of the Arab armies. The story in detail is as follows. Actually, the story of the knight in the panther skin can be divided into two parts. The first part is the search for Tariel, that is the protagonist of the poem. The second part is the search for Tariel beloved, the STANZAS. So we start with the first part, the search for Tariel. One day, Panther'S, that is the chief of staff of the armies, goes to an hunting competition with King Rustaban. King Rustaban is the king of Arabia. During the competition, they take a rest. During the competition, they take a break and they rest under a tree. And all of a sudden, they see a mysterious knight flying by a river. So King Osman, that is the king of Arabia, wanted very much to know who is that mysterious knight. Therefore, he sent slaves in order to contact with the mysterious knight, but the mysterious knight reacts violently and kills all the slaves that's sent by King Rustaban in order to contact him, and then disappears. Abdandil, the chief of staff of the Arab armies, loves Tinatin. Tinatin is the only daughter of King Rustaban, the king of Arabia. And Tinatin also loves Abdandil. So Tinatin asks Abdandil to find the mysterious knight, and in return she promises to marry him. If he finds the mysterious knight in 3 years, then Tinatin will marry his beloved Abdandil. So Abdandil goes to search the mysterious knight all over the world, and after 2 years and 9 months, he finds the mysterious knight. The mysterious knight tells him that his name is Tariel and that he was the commander of the fleet of India. And he also loves the STANZAS, that is the daughter of King Panther'S, the king of India. But the problem is that she was abducted, and after she was abducted, Tariel sank into deep depression, and he was always crying and sobbing. And he was totally isolated from the society. He had only one mate with him, so he actually became crazy. He was insane because of the fact that the STANZAS, his beloved, was abducted. So Panther'S was very moved by the story of Tariel, the mysterious knight, and therefore he becomes friend of Tariel and promises Tariel to help him to find his beloved, the STANZAS. So that is the first part of the story of the great poem, The Knight in the Panther's Skin. The second part of the story is the search for Tariel's beloved, the STANZAS. In the first part, Tandil searches the STANZAS Tariel's beloved a lot of time. After investigations about the whereabouts of the STANZAS, actually finds out that the STANZAS was abducted by the Kajis. The Kajis are the demons. And therefore, of Tandil, Tariel and Pridon, who is the ruler of the city of Mulgazanzar, together with 300 soldiers, go to the country of the Kajis in order to rescue the STANZAS from her captivity. But the problem is that the country of the Kajis is a fortress. It is actually impossible to infiltrate to that fortress. In addition, the second problem is that the Kajis are very strong warriors, and therefore it is actually impossible mission to rescue the star from her captivity by the Kajis. But against all the odds, Tariel of Tandil and Pridon, with 300 soldiers, succeeded to do the unthinkable. That is to say, they succeeded to rescue the STANZAS, Tariel's beloved, from her captivity by the Kajis. And the story has an happy ending in the sense that of Tandil marries Tinatin, and Tariel, the protagonist of the poem, marries his beloved, the STANZAS. So that is the story of the great poem, The Night in the Panther's Skin. In the next step, I talk about the title of the poem. The title is The Night in the Panther's Skin. Actually, it is not clear if we are talking about a panther or a tiger. So we assume that we are talking about a tiger. So the name of the poem, or the title of the poem, is the night with the tiger's skin. The night is the protagonist of the poem, Tariel, that wears a tiger's skin. Actually, there is a particular chapter in the poem that is about Tariel that kills a lion and a tiger. The story of that particular chapter is as follows. One day, Tariel, the protagonist of the poem, sees a lion that was chasing after a tiger. So actually, Tariel was very angry on the lion because he thought that the lion was going to kill the tiger. Therefore, Tariel kills the lion in order to save the tiger from the hands of the lion, and then he went to hug the tiger. Actually, he risks his life when he kills the lion. So then he went to hug the tiger, but the tiger was very angry on Tariel because of the fact that the lion and the tiger was not fighting, but they were just playing a game. And therefore, the tiger was very angry on Tariel that he killed the lion. And therefore, the tiger starts to eat Tariel with his paws, very strong blows. So Tariel could bear no more the blows of the tiger, and therefore he eats back the tiger, and with one blow he kills the tiger. So it's actually a very tragic story because of the fact that Tariel risks his life in order to save the tiger from the lion, from the hands of the lion, but at the end of the story, he was the one that killed the tiger. So Tariel is very angry on himself that he killed the tiger, and from that point he decides to wear the tiger's skin. So the tiger's skin is used by Tariel as a coat. He wears the tiger's skin for 24 hours a day as a reminder that he killed the tiger that he loved so much. Actually, he risked his life to rescue the tiger, but at the end of the story, he killed the tiger. So, the reason that he wears the tiger skin is to remind him that he killed the tiger that he loved so much. And the second reason that Therese wears the tiger skin is because of the fact that tiger skins reminds him his beloved the STANZAS. Why? Because of the fact that the face of the tiger was very similar to the face of the STANZAS. So there are two reasons for the fact that Tariel wears the tiger skin. The first reason is a reminder that he killed the tiger that he loved so much, and the second reason is it reminds him, the tiger skin reminds him his beloved the STANZAS. Why? Because the face of the tiger was very similar to the face of the STANZAS. Why the tiger is so important figure in the poem? Actually, the name of the poem is The Knight in the Tiger Skin. Because of the fact that the name of the poem is The Knight in the Panther'S Skin, it means that the tiger is a very important figure. So why is it is very important figure? Because of the fact that the tiger's face was very similar to the sun face. Okay, thank you very much.